It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And we're underway here in South Philly. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
Mike, the term generational talent, it gets thrown around a bit too loosely these days, in my opinion, but you can make an argument if one guy coming out of the draft the last couple years was worthy of that description, it's Caleb Williams. I mean, the arm talent, the playmaking ability, the ability to play off script when things don't go perfectly. I mean, he is such an interesting prospect, special player, and I'm excited to watch him here in this one.
And it's a positive start, a gain of 5 to get things going. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. That's on Joe Tooney. They'll go again with Swift. Finding room at the 35. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They will run it over center with Swift. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
3rd and long. Here's Williams. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch taken here. And it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. They'll motion a tight end right. On third down, it's Hurts. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on third down, that number just goes up.
So on fourth down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. And back deep is Devin Duvernay to return. Ooh! And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bears offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's another quick first down, and that's a 25-yard gain.
This is a great look here, Mike, when you have a very versatile tight end, the ability to move him around. He's like the ultimate chess piece. In this snap, he's lined up in the slot. His ability to get downfield and use that big body, when you're going against these zone defenses, oftentimes that's the vulnerability of the coverage. The ball was on time, the ball was accurate, and then his big tight end, he just did the rest.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He's got it inside the 5. The Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. Slot receiver headed right. He'll try to throw again. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try here on 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. This pressure is relentless. They get him again.
Now after taking that loss on the sack, it changes your entire approach offensively. You go from playing for 6 to now everything is just about coming away with points.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. A great job by this defense. Nowhere near the end zone as we get to 4th and goal.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and There was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Santos's kick is good. And the Bears will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Avery Williams on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense about ready to get going on their second possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Kyler Gordon there to make the tackle. Second and 7. Once again, it's Barkley. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll get this one complete to Brown. A gain of 16 on that pass play. 1st down, Philadelphia.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
They'll run it here with Saquon. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And the big back, A.J. Dillon. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the 1st down inside the 25.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. Open man, Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
On 4th down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. This a 46-yard attempt. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. Duvernay on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bears offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Williams. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Give up the middle with Swift. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he gets run out of bounds, a short pickup, but it's good enough for a 1st down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back, goes a long way in doing that.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Moore going in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Williams. He'll check this down to Swift. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that will be a bit of a letdown.
And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
To throw it again, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's a run with Swift. The Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now Williams. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So push back to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal. To throw is Williams. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd and goal.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears will take a 6-3 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That's down the field and intercepted. It's the veteran safety, Kevin Byard.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Williams now to throw. That's over the middle and taken in by Odunze. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
Off he goes. A gain there of 20. Good for a Bears 1st down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. That's a short throw caught by Komet, and he's going to be taken down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it, but he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
First down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. This is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to take over here at their own 22.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Play action. Here's Hurts. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. Will take this one in. 79 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles open the lead to 4. It's 10-6. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
On the ground, it's Swift. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. Throwing is Williams. This one out to Moore. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. Here's Torrey Taylor now, as he's on to punt for the second time. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Open man is Smith. He's got him. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. On play action, here's Hurts. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down. Now whistles. Timeout, 3 seconds left in this 1st half. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This will be from 56 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So we've reached halftime here in South Philly, and the Eagles are on top. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. The Eagles were led in the 1st half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half coming up. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. That's A.J. Brown and the rest of the Eagles offense set to take over once more. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. So they come to the line for first down and 10. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Jaquan Brisker there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, Hurts. Got a man, it's A.J. Brown brings it in. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far. And it draws the flag. On 2nd down, Hurts. Now he'll run it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Bears have it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
Off play action. Here's Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. Set up the wide receiver screen. It's Odunze. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Bears will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and the veteran A.J. Brown make their way back out, and he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. It's a first down and a gain of 13. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they'll try to keep it going. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Here's a handoff to Swift. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
with how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And third down just became a lot tougher. Darnell Wright, guilty that time. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face third and long. That's complete. It's Odunze. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Eagles offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. T.J. Edwards there on the stop. On 2nd down, Barkley. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Here's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball, and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Bears offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Williams. Throw on the run is complete. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver. Leads to a real nice run after catch and brings up 1st down.
First and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. That's to the tight end, Komet. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Throwing again, Williams. That's caught left side by Odunze. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Here's a handoff, and Swift running right. Oh, no dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Another run here, another run by Swift. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Now Williams. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
We had a chance to sit down with the defensive coaches the other day, and we asked them, give us a few key points for today's game. And the first thing out of their mouth, Mike, what was it? It was, we got to get off the field on 3rd down. Well, here we are in the second half, and they've done just that. Right now, this offense has no answers on 3rd down.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Bears cut the deficit down to 1.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Second and a yard. On the handoff, this is Barkley. He'll bring this to the 40. That's good enough to move those chains. It's a 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Now he takes off. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Open man, Devontae Smith. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they've got it at the 19-yard line. They're into the red zone and still on the march. 1st down picked up. Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Hurts now on 3rd and 2. This one caught at the 4. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Hurts will try it again. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. And it'll bring up 2nd and goal.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the fourth quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Duvernay on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A run here with Swift. And he'll take this up to the 30. Pick up a 5. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Throwing is Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Hurts. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there, and it'll be 3rd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
3rd and short, and Hurts will throw. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. And he's going to have enough for a 1st down. He's out of bounds after a gain of 5.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll run. It's Barkley. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Now a screen set up for Barkley. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on 3rd down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard, they timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the 1st down.
That's to the right side. Caught by Goddard. A gain there of 11. 1st down, Philadelphia.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing is Hurts. That's caught left side by Goddard.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Looking to convert for the 3rd time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run here with Barkley. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down. They'll have it by plenty. It was 3rd and 2. They picked up 8.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, they go with Dillon. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. On the ground, this is Barkley. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4. Now it's Hurts. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
He'll try to run for it. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Elliott on now for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Scott now on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Bears offense back onto the field for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Off he goes. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a first down.
They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
Defense has a chance to all but end this game, but they can't secure the interception, and now the offense has new life. But is there enough time? Do they have enough opportunities still to find themselves in position to go try to pull this one out?
They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. That is caught downfield by Odunze. A lot of terrific quarterbacks from Southern California, and here's another one. The rookie gets his team a first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball, and while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
The Philly faithful making some noise on their feet before third down.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Here we go. This is 4th down. They'll indeed go. It's Williams. And he's going to go down. The pressure once again too much, and that should wrap this one up.
So the key to this fourth down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge fourth down stop.
The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. So got it. The tight end comes in motion. Once again, it's Barkley. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. Clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. One final chance for this defense. And here's 3rd down. Here's Barkley. The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in this one. Here comes the Eagles punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Bears offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. So it's a win here for the Eagles. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. And they send their fans home quite happy. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners, as we say so long from South Philly.